Welcome to the Momlife podcast. Whether you are in the beginning stages of motherhood, a mother of two, or an empty nester, this podcast is for you. We're talking about everything motherhood and we're not holding anything back. So get ready to join me in today's episode as we talk about some things that are definitely going to help you as you navigate this journey. Hello, beautiful mama. Welcome to the Momlife podcast. I'm your host, fellow mama and friend, Renice, and this is our very first postpartum episode of the Momlife podcast. I want to bring specific episodes to moms that are in that first year or so because I know how pivotal that time is. You guys, it's such a big time in your life in being a mom. It sets the stage for everything. And I know you go through so much in that first year. So I want to be able to support you in any way that I can and really give you any tools, anything in your tool belt that will make things easier on you, make a more joyful, make a more easeful experience that you can have in this pivotal time. So in this episode, what I wanted to talk about is the power of advocating for yourself. This is something that most moms, most first-time moms, most new moms don't do, or they don't know how to do it. And I want to get into those things today because advocating for yourself is everything. And I learned this the hard way. This is something I wish that I did know in my first year, especially with my first child, let alone my second child. If I would have understood the importance of this, if I would have understood how to do this, I think it would have made a big difference in my life, to be honest. It probably would have changed a lot for me and made things a little easier. So I want for you to take away from this episode those things that resonate with you the most. If something doesn't resonate in an episode, you guys, that's okay. You don't have to take everything and use everything. I'm a firm believer in we experience things and take things in when we need them. So take what resonates, leave the rest, right? Just leave the rest. Just take what resonates today. So I'm hoping that I have a few points that will resonate with you and that it will carry you through and really help to support you. So why advocate? What does that mean? Advocating for yourself is speaking up for yourself. It's communication. It's sharing these things that you need to share so that you get what you need. This is something that in my postpartum course, I really deeply hit on this because of how important it is. It is something that really impacts you on such a big level that it can make or break your postpartum experience. It makes or breaks it. It's either going to fuel you when you utilize it to make things easier, or it can break you in a lot of ways mentally and emotionally. So that's why I'm saying it's so powerful, that it's such an important thing to do in your first year. Now, advocating, speaking up for yourself. What do we speak up about? Who do we speak up about these things to? Well, first of all, you're speaking up to those that are in your support system. Your support system is your significant other. It's your family members, your closer family members. It's your friends that are your close friends. It can include your doctor, or a doula, or whomever is close to you that you encounter on a regular basis in your first year. Who's around you the most? Those are the people that you need to speak up to, that you need to share how you're feeling, what you're experiencing with them, letting them know what's going on with you. What is going on with you? When we internalize things, when we're going through things and we don't speak up and we're just feeling it, and thinking it, it festers. It festers. The greatest, I love metaphors, you guys. So the greatest metaphor that I feel like really, really resonates is like the soda bottle, right? Soda, pop, however you guys say it. I say soda. I moved all over the United States, so I use a universal term. So the soda bottle. When you take a soda bottle and you shake it up, and you shake it and you shake it and you shake it, we all know what is going to happen. It's going to explode. It's literally going to explode. Why? Well, we know in science it builds pressure. Pressure builds and has nowhere else to go except out. So it pushes through that cap and it goes everywhere. It makes a huge mess in your kitchen. It's on the ceiling. It's on your countertops. It's on the floor. It probably got into your living room, on your couch, and it stained your couch. It is going to be everywhere because it festered and built up for so long. And this is what happens to a lot of us first-time moms. This is what happened to me. It builds up over so much time and then has nowhere else to go but to explode. All these thoughts you're having, all these feelings you're having, everything you're experiencing and internalizing suddenly has to come out at some point. And how does this show up? It shows up through anxiety. It shows up through depression. It shows up through OCD. It shows up through crying a lot. If you find yourself crying a lot, it comes through physical things. It will physically manifest in your physical body. You'll notice you're exhausted, overly fatigued, sore. Maybe you're not feeling good a lot. Maybe you're experiencing headaches. Maybe you're experiencing joint pain, aches and pains in your muscles. You will notice these things. It has to come out somewhere. So you'll notice these ways that they show up for you. And it shows up differently for everybody. It shows up differently in different ways for everyone, all depending on what you're internalizing. So my ask for you is to get aware of, are you internalizing things? And if you are, what are you internalizing? What things are you internalizing? And then ask yourself that why. Why are you internalizing them? Why aren't you sharing these things? Why aren't you talking to those that are close, that are around you? I know a lot of the answers to that tend to be, I don't want anybody to judge me. I don't want anybody to think that I can't do it. I don't want anybody to think there's something wrong with me. I have to do it all by myself. What's another one that I used that I felt was that I should be able to do this on my own. I should be able to handle it all. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and I'm the only one going through this and I should be able to handle it. There's a lot of reasons, a lot of stories we tell ourselves to internalize and not to share. And an important thing for you to do is to share. The people around you love you and they want what's best for you. And a lot of times they don't know what you're going through or understand what you're going through. The only way they're going to know and to be able to support you is by you sharing it with them so they have that awareness, so they have that knowledge, and they can show up for you in the ways that you do need. They can show up for you. So the things you need to share, what are you thinking about? What emotions are you feeling? What are you experiencing overall? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling sad? Are you worried about something? Are you scared that you're not being a good mom or that you're not going to be a good mom? Are you finding yourself not able to sleep because you're constantly worried about the baby? There's numerous things, you guys, that you could be really feeling and really experiencing as a mom. Maybe your healing is taking a while and that frustrates you and you're not really sure what to do about it. Maybe you're feeling a certain kind of way about yourself and you want to make changes. There's so many things. And again, the way you make that difference is by advocating for yourself. It's by talking. It's by, hey, I have to get this out. Will you just listen to me for a minute? I just need you to listen. I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen. Or maybe you do want the advice. Hey, I really need to talk this out and I could really use your support. I could really use, what your thoughts are. Or going to someone that's been through it. Hey, I know you've been through this already. I'm feeling this way. Can we talk? Can I share this with you? It will make all of the difference. You need support in this time. because your hormones are all over the place. You're dealing with a new baby. That changes everything. Your sleep schedule, your day-to-day life. You're figuring out this bonding thing with your child. There's a lot of different things happening all at once. And no one is meant to deal with that and handle all that by themselves. Hence the reason they say it takes a village. It really does. One person cannot do it alone. You just can't. You have to rely on someone else. You have to take breaks. You have to be able to go do the things. You have to take care of yourself. There's so many avenues that need to be done. There is no way one person can do it alone. You don't have to take it on by yourself. And you're not the only one feeling this way. There are millions of other women that feel that way in their experience. There's nothing wrong with you. It is okay to advocate for yourself. It is okay to feel how you feel and to share how you feel. It is okay to accept help. I had a big hard time accepting help, period, in my life. I never did well receiving help. I just felt like being the helper all the time, but I was not the one to receive the help. Boy, let me tell you, that has changed. I am more than open to help. You want to help support me with this? You want to watch my kids while I can run to the store? Yes, thank you. I am grateful for that. Let's go. I need that minute. I'm so much more open to that now because I realize the benefits that I receive from that. I realize that it gives me what I need. So I can fill my own cup so that I can take care of myself in the ways that I need, because we all have needs. We all have wants. We're all human. You're going to need those times. So I encourage you to advocate for yourself. This can show up. It's coming up for me, so I'm going to share it. A lot of times this can come up in ways of you feel a certain kind of way about maybe sharing your child, right? Who watches your baby, or if someone's going to watch your baby, or the way someone does something with your baby, right? Who does certain things for you or for your child. We all feel a certain kind of way. I know that for me, I was very protective of my daughter. Actually, with both my kids. With my daughter, I was a new mom, so I was a certain kind of way with that, right? I was just nervous all the time, and I was worried all the time. And, it's that way a lot when you're a first-time mom. So there were things that I was like, absolutely not. I don't want that person to do that, but I wouldn't speak up. So then I was freaking out on the inside and not saying anything. You guys, I'm her mom. I'm entitled to speak up. It is my way. It is my child. It is okay for me to say, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that, so that's not going to fly. And if they're upset about that, let them be upset about it, because it's not their child. It's not their experience. They're not feeling what I'm feeling. I'm feeling what I'm feeling. I'm entitled to share that and to speak up for myself and advocate and say no, or to say, I don't think so, or to say, I'm not comfortable. As are you. You are 100% entitled to that. It is okay to advocate for yourself no matter how it makes anybody else feel, because you are in the experience. It is your child. Now, this shows up again, not just with that, but maybe it's with the raising of your child, how you're raising them or what you're doing with things. Everybody feels like they need to say something to you about what you need to do. It's not their child. It's not their way. It is your child, and it is your way. It is your experience. So keep that in mind. It is okay for you to advocate and speak up for yourself because it's your experience. There's nothing wrong with that, no matter what anybody says. Judgment comes at you. Unwanted advice comes at you. Block it all out. Let all that go. Hold on to this aspect of you are in your own experience. It is your family, and you are entitled to do things the way that you desire. So advocate for yourself. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not ready for that. That's a big one. I'm not ready for someone to watch my baby. I'm not ready for someone to hold my baby. I don't want to introduce my child to another kid yet. I don't want to introduce my child to certain people yet. You are entitled to that. It is okay to feel that way, and it is okay to implement that until you're ready. Because when you do things too early, when you do things that you're not okay with, again, it adds to the festering. And you feel the feels, and it puts you in an unhealthy, ungood I don't even know if that's a word, an ungood kind of way. And you deserve the joy. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel happiness and to be comfortable throughout your entire postpartum experience. Like I said, you already have so much going on. So you need to speak up for yourself. Ask for help. Share what you're feeling. Share what you feel. Put your foot down and set your boundaries, right? Boundaries, huge. Set them. I cannot stress that enough. Set those boundaries, okay? Because it will make all the difference. It's going to make or break your postpartum experience. It really is. You have to speak up and advocate for yourself. You have to communicate what you're feeling and what you want. Otherwise, you're doing all these things that make you unhappy, and you'll just keep feeling unhappy. You'll keep feeling unhappy, sad, anxious, overwhelmed, frustrated, sick, or whatever's going on, and you're internalizing, and then just like the soda bottle, it explodes one day, and you find yourself in a not so great situation. So speak up. Speak up for you. Speak up for your baby. Speak up for your experience, because you truly, truly, truly deserve that. It is your right. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys in this episode. I've been waiting to do an advocating episode for a long time. I'm so passionate about it. I don't know if you can tell in my tone, but I am so, I just didn't do it for so long. And then when I started speaking up for myself, I felt so much better. I was like, oh, it's not selfish to speak up for myself. It is important to set my boundaries. Why is it okay for me to let other people do that and not do it for myself? I feel so much better when I do so. It makes a big difference. You deserve that joy. You really, really do. So I encourage you, check in with yourself, ask yourself, what are you internalizing? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? And then why you're internalizing it. And then to make those changes and start speaking up and advocating for yourself by setting those boundaries, by saying what you need, by asking for help, by sharing what your experiences are with those that you love, with those that are close, that are in your support system around you, because again, they are the ones that are there to help you. They're your village, and they're not there to judge you. They're there to support you, and they won't know how to support you, whether it's respecting your boundaries or giving you support in the ways that you need, until you share, until you let them know. There is power in speaking up for yourself. All right, Mama. So that is it for today. If you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, or you want me to talk about something in these postpartum episodes, or in all the episodes that I do in the Momlife podcast, you guys can find me in the show notes. All things are listed on where I hang out on social media, Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube, which is new. I'm figuring out YouTube, you guys. Or you can just straight up just send a message to the podcast itself. I love hearing from you. I want to help to support you. I absolutely, absolutely love hearing from you guys. So feel free to use that if you feel called to. I am so grateful that you have showed up for yourself today. I am thankful that you are here listening to these episodes. If this resonates, share it with another mom, a mom that's expecting, a new mom, somebody that you know that's going through it, that you know this will help to support, because you never know what they can gain from this episode that really makes a difference in their lives. So with all that being said, I want you to remember that you're doing the best you can with what you have, and that is more than enough. All right, well, I will chat with you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a fellow mom, and I will chat with you in the next episode.